Hello and welcome to Black Cats Chat, the international fans podcast for Sunderland AFC. My name is Lee Thurkel. I'm from the Bilbao Black Cats, and we're back again with another review episode. This time a 1-1 draw at the Stadium of Light on a Monday night. About 46,000 was in attendance on a cold night in Wearside. To talk about that match, we've got returning guest Dan Dimitrov from the Bulgarian Supporters Association. Dan, it's good to have you back on. Always a pleasure. How are you, mate?
Thank you, Lee. Always a pleasure for me too. Nice to see my old friend Bastiaan from Netherlands. So yeah, always pleasure.
Yep. And he's done the introduction for me. He's got there. Our other guest is Bastiaan Blesgraaf. Bastiaan is originally from the Netherlands, but he lives in County Durham. Hey, Bastiaan, how are you, mate? Welcome back to the podcast.
I'm very good, mate. Very well. And likewise, Dan, very nice to see you again. Always a pleasure. Long time no speak. We'll have to catch up soon for a pint.
Yeah, and listen, that's what this podcast's all about, connecting fans and reuniting fans that we got all over the world, and it's a pleasure to do it. But anyway, Dan, before we start, listen, I want to get this out the way, because you were at Chelsea a couple of weeks ago. You know what I'm going to do, don't you?
I will.
Yeah. Right, so this was Dan for Bulgarian TV at Stamford Bridge when we played Chelsea and we beat them 2-1.
Brilliant.
And Dan, I want to ask you, did you have your Sunderland shirt underneath or your vest or something?
You've gone too far with this, I think. I only had my tattoo on my left arm. No, I didn't have my Sunderland shirt there. I mean, the thing is, this colleague of mine, he's a massive Chelsea fan.
Oh.
And we've known each other for like 30 years. And this was the first time we were watching Sunderland Chelsea together. So there was a lot of banter before the game, and then we had to be serious during the pitch side live coverage. But we also had a few analyzing parts, and we had a few jokes together while we were live. And little I knew that we're going to beat them, and I'll have the last laugh.
Go on. Did you have to stay neutral at the end, or did you celebrate like fuck?
I believe it or not, I was in the press box, so you're not allowed to celebrate there. And funny enough, I look back and I realized that we beat Chelsea 3 times, 2-1 with Mourinho and 3-0 with Steve Bruce. And I was always in the press box.
Oh, lucky charm.
And I think I should stay there, because I couldn't celebrate. I couldn't celebrate at all. Yeah. I was dead. I was numb. I couldn't believe what's happening. It was a bit of a shock. It was a bit of everything. Plus, I knew I can't celebrate there. Plus, my mate is Chelsea. I'm surrounded by Chelsea fans. I was behind the Chelsea bench anyway. I couldn't do it.
Yeah, but you had this burning desire inside.
But inside, I was bursting.
I'm sure you were, mate. I'm sure you were. Anyway, so listen, we'll get on to the match then. Bastiaan, Monday night, he went for the same team as he used to play at Chelsea, the same formation. And it didn't seem to work at first, did it not?
I was a bit surprised that he started with 5 at the back, because I think if you play teams like Everton, we should be starting with 4 at the back. I thought we invited them in the first 20 to 30 minutes. After sort of 20, 30 minutes, we went 1-0 down. Again, I think 5 at the back will work, but against teams like Chelsea, Man United, Arsenal, them type of teams, you can play 5 at the back. But not against teams like Everton, where you just basically let them come at you. And I think that's why I went wrong. But I thought the determination in the second half was great. I mean, that wouldn't have happened last year. The heads would have been dropping and everything. And I mean, would you say it's a 2 points lost? I don't know. Could have given a penalty. I thought Michael Keane, that was definitely a handball for me. The rest was a bit soft. But overall, I think second half good performance, but I think we should have started with 4 at the back and not with 5 at the back. But that's kind of my opinion.
Yeah, I think, Danny, we were talking on WhatsApp during the game, weren't we? And you were kind of saying that the formation was quite negative, no? And you were a bit disappointed that we didn't attack them more.
Well, yeah, as Bastiaan said, like the first 30 minutes were horrendous. I was so worried. I mean, they could have scored within seconds. We were not concentrating enough, and by the 25th minute, they could have been 3-0. So this was shocking. In my eyes, this was shocking. But the good thing about it was that we managed to recover after that, and we absolutely bashed them in the second half. Mm-hmm. So for me, it's very important to recover after situations like this where you're completely out of control of the game. Could have been down, done and dusted and over, and then they still managed to recover and go and attack. To do with formation, I still cannot believe we're starting with Traore. I don't know why I'm so negative about this player. I know he's a good player. I know he's done much better against Everton than any other games that he played for us. Fair enough. I'll give it that. I'll give it to him. But for me, he's really out of pace. He's very slow. All the situations he had, I'm not having a go at Traore. Like, I'm sorry. It looks like I'm having a go at him personally. But what I've noticed is that a few situations came to him. They should have come to someone else, not him. He didn't know what to do with the ball. He could have scored. He could have passed the ball to the right person, and he didn't. He failed to do all that. I know he had quite a good game, but still, for me, he's not a starter. As Bastiaan said, 5 at the back, at home. I don't understand this. I don't understand the logic for this, because when we're probably attacking, I know we're going to be with 3 at the back. So whether we're good doing that or not, I'm not sure, because first half wasn't happening.
Yeah, no
late substitutions. It's just it wasn't happening. First half was terrible. If we play like this against Arsenal, trust me, we're gonna be dead and buried. First half, all over.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, that's a fair point. I think that first 10 seconds kind of set the tone, didn't it? Because they almost scored.
Exactly.
But, I mean, Bastiaan, I remember talking to you at the start of the season about the Dutch lads and the ex-Ajax players that came in, and your point on Traore was that he is a talented player, but he has a tendency to be a bit lazy. Would you agree with Dan's sentiment that you're a bit critical of him?
Yeah, no, I'm quite critical of him as well. A lot of Ajax fans were quite happy to see the back of him. The thing with Traore is, what we call him a luxury pony. And what we mean with that is, when he's good, he's really good. He's like an 11 out of 10. But when he's bad, he's like a 0 out of 10. He'll never be a 6 or a 7 out of 10. It's either a 10 or a 0. And this season, I haven't seen it yet. Yeah, that's my opinion. The thing is, he does appear to be quite slow, but he can be quite tricky and beat his man quite easily. But then at the same time, he could lose the ball within the blink of an eye. I think he's a luxury pony. That's easy. I'll be starting Talby, and he's a great backup for £2.5 million. But I wouldn't be starting. I totally agree with Dan just said there. I don't know why he hasn't been playing Talby recently anyway. I think Talby's been doing all right for me. But yeah.
Dan, so Bastiaan says that Talby should be playing. Would you agree with that on the right? But the thing is with Talby on the right is that we've seen that he's more comfortable on the left. And the fact that Lebris doesn't want to play a right footer on the right wing. He wants to play a left footer on the right wing, a right foot on the left. And at the minute, the only option we've got is basically we've got Traore, we've got Adingra, who's out of form, out of favour, and we've got Mayenda, who's basically, we don't know if he's a forward or we don't know if he's a winger. So what would you go for then if Traore is not the answer at the minute?
Well, I still would have preferred Talby, even on the right, because he's fast. And then after his goal against Chelsea, I think that should have guaranteed him starting 11. I mean, I'm not Regis Lebris, obviously. He knows better than us. But for me, he's not a starter. I will still start with Talby, and at home games. Not if you're not playing against the top teams, forget about five at the back. I know it's too late to say that now, but Alderete would have been a much better choice in defense.
Mm-hmm.
He seems to be like the most mature defender, and he seems to be the most experienced guy. I know Reynildo, like, he's a great guy. I know Mukiele is becoming better and better every game. But I mean, I was impressed with Gertruida. I'm not sure how to pronounce this actually.
Bastiaan's the guy for that.
Gertruida. Gertruida. Oh my goodness. So no one. I mean, nobody's saying it right. I mean, until now. I've heard all the probably 10 different variations. But I'll practice on that.
Just call him Lucha will do. But lads, I'm going to disagree with you on Traore, because I think at the moment, for me, we've had Adingra playing and we've had Talby playing, and Talby, listen, he scored that goal against Chelsea, but I think on the right he just doesn't look comfortable. And I think Traore, he played well against Man United and he played well against Everton, and I just think that he offers is that teams don't know what to get with him. They don't know what you're going to get with him, because he picks up the ball, he's quite tall, he's quite leggy. He's strong, but I think also as well that because he's left-footed on the right-hand side, he always drags 2 or 3 players over to his side to mark him, and he's very good at using the ball. He normally finds a player in space in the middle, like a Xhaka, and that's why I think Lebris wants him there. I think because he knows that he's able to hold up the ball, he'll drag 2 or 3 defenders on him, and he's not going to lose the ball because he's a big lad. But if you put an Adingra there, Adingra's quite small. Yeah, he's got tricky feet, but if he's surrounded by 3 defenders, he's going to get knocked off the ball. But Traore brings the defenders, and what I've noticed is that he always finds Xhaka or Sadiq in the middle of the pitch in loads of space, because he's made that space by dragging the defenders. But, I mean, I do understand your frustrations, because I have seen some games where I thought he looks a bit lazy. But, I mean, I think he is getting better. But, as we've said, he cost $2.5 million, and I don't think he is the long-term solution. But I think at the minute he is the best fit for that position.
Well, you're probably right. I mean, what can I say? I just, my problem with him is he seems to be very slow. He seems that his fitness is not like at the right level. I know he's a big lad, he's a strong lad, he's experienced. I know he can play, reading the game really well, but it's just the pace of the Premier League, man. He's not up with the rest of them. I mean, talking about him only, but like Sadiq, he didn't have a good game as well. He lost the ball. I know there were people saying there was foul against him, but he lost the ball and they scored from that position. And he didn't have the best of his games, and I think also Hume didn't have a good first half. He was a bit shaky. So there's a few worrying signs before the Arsenal game.
Bastiaan, on that goal and that they scored, do you think it was a foul on Sadiq? Because, like, personally, I don't think so. I think he ran into trouble because he wins the ball back, and then instead of kind of shielding the ball, he runs straight into them. He runs infield and runs straight into them, and he gets brushed off the ball.
I didn't think it was a foul. I thought it was quite soft, to be honest. I've seen them given, but I thought it was quite soft. There was some other instances on the pitch where I thought the ref looked a bit out of pace, but in that instance, I thought we just sloppy. We lost the ball, got punished. It's as simple as that.
Yeah, I mean, I think the referee was like, all of the normal, like, little niggly fouls that refs normally give, he wasn't giving them, which I thought was quite refreshing. He was consistent. But then in the second half, I think it was Reynildo, like, basically bumped into their lad and he went over like a fucking sack of potatoes and he gave a free kick. So, Danny, we're talking about Sadiq. He lost it a bit, didn't he? He lost his temper because he felt he was getting fouled and he wasn't getting the decisions. He kicked out at their player. Would you have considered taking him off at that point? Because it was a risk of getting a red card, or do you think Lebris made the right decision? Because he did play the whole match, but do you think he was kind of wary that I'm on the edge here, I'm on the borderline, that if I do something stupid or a little foul, they're going to be looking for me to get a foul and to get me sent off?
To be honest, I was worried about it because you could see his frustration. He didn't get a few fouls. He lost the ball a few times. Then when he tried to get the ball back, he was like doing silly fouls in the middle of the park. This is not how a Premiership player should react. At that point, I thought that we're in trouble. I mean, when you see his games before the Everton game, he was quite good. He was everywhere. He was covering like a lot of space. His passing was like brilliant and everything. It wasn't quite working against Everton. Our midfield sort of lacked a lot of firepower, especially in the first half, because second half we were all over them, and then second half was completely different. Then we started playing, but we'll get there in a minute. I mean, first half was quite worrying for me. Sadiki's form, Hume, and then, as I said before, Traore was like, he had the best game for Sunderland against Everton.
Mm-hmm. No, so, I agree, and like, well, hopefully he continues like that, because at the minute we haven't got anything else. I mean, we have got options there, but Mayenda's just been forgotten about because he seems to be like number 3 now. Brobbey's coming on ahead of him. Mundo's coming back, but he's going to want to play on the left. So that means what do we do with Lafie? So yeah, it's going to be interesting for Lebris that he's got options on the left-hand side, but the left-hand side's not a problem. It's the right-hand side that's a bit of a problem. And at the same time, we're seeing Patrick Roberts ripping it up for Birmingham in the Championship. So, Bastiaan, that the miss from Tierno Barry, that was like a Sheffield United moment, wasn't it? Wembley, like all over again. That we got let off. We could have been 2-0 down, but Wembley saved, we got saved by the VAR. Here we got saved by Tierno Barry's incredible miss. That was a massive turning point, because I think if we go 2-0 down, it could be game over.
That would have been game over. This is where it can cost you the game. I mean, a similar thing occurred at Burnley away for us, that Mayenda missed, what we spoke about. These type of chances will cost you a game. And that's why it's so important to have a decent striker. You don't have to have a world-class striker who won't be able to afford them. But just a decent striker who can just put the ball in the back of the net, simple tap-ins. But again, if that goal would have gone in, if that chance would have gone in, I should have said, it would have been, we could have lost 3-4-0 in the first half, easily. Same as Danny said before. The way the first half unfolded, it was, I thought, very sloppy on the ball. We didn't really take care of the ball. But again, on the other side, that Barry chance, that would have been now Brobbey goal, that, just as an example, if that happened on the other side of the pitch.
Yeah.
But yeah, we haven't seen much of Brobbey yet. But hopefully we will soon.
Yeah, no, like Everton, like basically they're swapping their forwards every week. Like they're giving Beto a chance, they're giving Barry, and the Everton fans is getting pissed off. Danny, so we're going at half time, 1-0 down. As we know, it's till the end, but this time it was like at the start rather than till the end, because just after half time, good ball I think it was from Reynaldo. Like he played the ball down the wing, and as you'd expect, Wilson's there making runs down the channels, picks it up, lays it off. Lafie does a bit of a run, it falls to Xhaka, and what do you know, 1-1. Happy days, no? You're thinking, like, back in the game, just after half-time, we've got the crowd behind us, let's go and get that second goal, but didn't happen, did it not?
Well, yes, we scored at the perfect time when you start the second half and you're trying to improve, and then you score an early goal. I mean, it always gives you a momentum. And don't forget that Sunderland won 7 points from losing positions before that game. And this is quite encouraging. So the players reacted. That's why I'm so pleased, because the players reacted. The crowd was behind them, and then we absolutely went on onslaught. And it's. I actually enjoyed this game. This game gave me everything. I was quite excited, and the only thing was missing is the win. But like there are games like this in the Premier League. I mean, Everton are a good side, no matter where they are in the table, and they fought for their lives. I mean, they defended really well, and with a bit of more luck, we could have nicked a penalty here and there, and maybe that deflected shot saved by Pickford, could have gone in and then win the game. But like, there will be games like this in the Premier League, and what I like the most is that we as Sunderland fans now are frustrated about one thing that we haven't been frustrated for so long. We didn't go second in the table. Do you understand the difference now? Like, we were so frustrated that we didn't go second in the table. When was the last time we wanted that? I mean, when was the last time we really sensed that we can do it?
Wasn't that like the 99-2000 season, wasn't it, in the Premier League?
Yes.
The first season we could
have been.
Yeah.
Exactly. So for me, this was the most important thing on Monday night. Plus, I needed to say that I hate Monday night games for Sunderland. Absolutely hate them. And if you check the statistics, I'm pretty sure that we haven't won many.
Didn't we play Borough on the Monday night? Was that a Monday night last season? When Wilson took the corner flag, or was that a Tuesday?
Monday or midweek. It was Monday or midweek. It wasn't during the weekend.
Yeah. It's during the week, yeah. But
I mean, there's not many games that we won on Monday, and particularly Everton is quite a boggy team, and we seem to be not enjoying playing them a lot.
Yeah. I thought what else was interesting, Bastiaan, was that the second half was probably the most dominant we've been all season so far. Because, I mean, like, we had 61% possession in the whole match. But if I look at the second half, 61%. Like, we're not used to that. We're used to having what Everton had, 39, 38.
No, but again, we'll come back to what Danny mentioned and what I mentioned before. I think we should have been a lot more positive from the get-go. And I would have maybe brought on another striker alongside Isidore rather than taking Isidore off. Especially how the second half unfolded. I would have, after that first goal, I would have personally tried to punish them even more because they were there for the taking. But I thought we played really well. We fought for every ball in the second half. Again, at times I thought we were sloppy on the ball. But the main thing was keeping Grealish out of sight. I mean, he nearly punished like late in the second half, but I thought the second half we played really well. Again, I maybe would have put another striker alongside Isidore rather than take Isidore off, but you can't complain with the point after how the game unfolded. I'm quite happy with the point.
I think it compensates as well because we didn't expect to get anything at Chelsea, so I suppose it works itself out eventually, doesn't it? Danny, it was nice to see the passion in Granit Xhaka's celebration, wasn't it? Because he was a lot of emotion, a lot of raw emotion there, wasn't it? Like a lot of, like, come on, yeah, let's go, repetitively. He's really enjoying his time at Sunderland, isn't he?
I had a quick chat with Rado in Bulgaria before the game, and I said to him that I really want to see Xhaka scoring because that's going to give him an extra power, extra desire. I mean, he's loving it at the minute with Sunderland, and then one goal would do miracles for him. And I was really happy that it happened to him, and you can see his passion. I mean, we never doubted this. Xhaka has always been a passionate player, and he loves Sunderland now, only been 10 games, playing 10 games for us. Can you imagine if you do well this season? Can you imagine he's going to have a legendary status. So let's hope we can use his experience and power and knowledge and desire to win football games. But saying that, I really wanted to see the substitutions a little bit earlier, to have more time, because Everton were showing all signs of tiredness. They were defending deep. We could have put like 2-3 extra players, not extra, but like 2-3 substitutions, fresh legs, and finish them off. And then apparently, I've heard this joke that Robbie came on late because he was still holding the traffic around Earl's Court in London. so
you've been waiting all week to get that in, haven't you? Possibly.
So this cracked me up, really, this joke. I mean, I was just like, I couldn't wait to share it with you.
I'm sure. No, but you make a good point there about the subs. I mean, the subs came on the 82nd minute, and I think at that time, those changes stopped the game, slowed it down, and it kind of killed the momentum. And I think that they only had, another 10 minutes to play, 12 minutes to play, and it didn't really give them enough time. Bastiaan, I'm going to get ahead of ourselves a bit here because I'm going to go to the post-match comments and what Xhaka said, because we're talking about Xhaka. And I don't know if you heard the point he mentioned about, we started the match how we finished the training session yesterday. I thought that was interesting to actually come out publicly and say that. I thought that might be an internal thing to keep within the club and within the squad. What did you think about when he came up with that?
No, I thought it was good. Maybe we were a bit more outspoken on the continent than you are in the UK, but I thought it was good because he's trying to get reaction out of the team. Sometimes you need a little niggle where you think, oh fuck me, I haven't done that. Sorry, my French, but I haven't really sort of I've been at the races today. I've got to step up, and that shows you the level of desire and commitment within the team. Because last year you would have said, we've drew with Everton, done well, and up to the next game. He said, the draw's not enough. We need more. It's not good enough, and that shows you how important he is in the dressing room. I mean, he's been absolutely unbelievable on the pitch, off the pitch, and you've got to keep them standards high. And you see, week out, it makes all the difference. So I don't think it doesn't have to be a bad thing necessarily. I think it's a good thing to provoke a reaction from the team, thinking, oh yeah, he's right. If Xhaka says that, then it's not like, for example, Anthony Patterson was saying or anything. It was like the big man himself was saying, come on lads, we're going to do something here. So I think it's good that he done it.
Mm-hmm. All right. Danny, you mentioned it before, the penalty shouts. I mean, there were two. Obviously, I think it was the first one was the foul on Mukiele in the box where he got kicked on the shoulder, but he was holding his face. But for me, it wasn't given. But you could see if that's anywhere else in the pitch, it's a high boot and it's a free kick. So it's just these little inconsistencies. Either a foul's a foul, but you can't just say no. It's a foul outside the box, but inside the box is not a foul. So I was a bit disappointed that one didn't get given because, again, it's a high boot. You know what I mean? And anywhere else in the pitch, it gets given a foul. What do you think?
I think out of the three situations that we had for penalty, at least one should have been given. I don't know if it's true or not, but I read some comments and heard information about this referee being a Sheffield United fan. I'm not sure whether this is true or not. But I've seen a few comments about it. I mean, if that's true, I know why he didn't give the penalty.
But there was also comments, Dan. There was also comments about the VAR official. I can't remember his name, but apparently he hasn't disclosed his team, but he's not allowed to officiate in games involving Everton or Liverpool.
Well, there you go. even double bubble. Yeah. I mean, definitely this is a foul in the box. High. He hit him on the head, I think. Was it on the head?
Well, he kicked him on the shoulder, but he was holding his head. But I mean,
okay. Well, dangerous situation. There was a contact. Could have been a penalty. I've seen them given. But the situation with Keane, where the ball actually hit both of his hands, and I don't know why they say that the position of the hands is justifiable. I don't understand what they mean by that, because they need to be more specific and they need to explain, because the hands were away from the body, which means you're blocking the ball. Mm-hmm. For me, I've seen penalties like this many, many times. I don't want to be moaning only about refereeing decisions, but still with a bit of luck, this one of them situation could have been a penalty, could have been the decisive one, and then win the game. Unfortunately, the game is over, and then we can just talk forever about it, but it's not gonna make any difference.
Yeah, Bastiaan, those two penalty shouts. Then, what do you think about them?
The Mukiele one, I think the way Mukiele went down didn't help because he was trying to make a situation which most of us probably would do, but that might have worked against him on this occasion.
Do you think if he goes down holding his shoulder,
it would have been different? I think it would have been different because the VAR will obviously look at that from their centre and would have said to the ref, he's holding his head, but he actually kicked his shoulder. And there was no malice in it. But what Danny said, the key one was the most obvious one for me. I mean, it was like he was playing handball. I mean, he was playing football. That's not a natural position, that. But
I mean, I honestly don't know what the rules are for handball anymore, right? But when you see the replay, you see that it hits off his. I think it's his left hand that hits off first, but his left hand is kind of tucked in. Then it bounces off his left hand and then hits his right hand, which is out. So I don't know if they've decided that, it hits his left hand first. His left hand is tucked in, but then it goes on to ricochet onto his right hand. Does that mean that it's changing the direction of the ball? I mean, for me, it's a really difficult one, Danny, because it does hit his left hand first, and his left hand is in. But then there's loads of still images of saying that his right hand is there. So it's one of those, isn't it, where they say justifiable, but again, where's the justification? What's the reason for that?
Well, it's one of those funny situations and decisions made, and then I know it's boring to say, but it's 50-50. Sometimes they'll probably give it away. Sometimes they will decide not to. So we were on the unlucky side now, but hopefully we'll get a better chance next time against Arsenal when we need it more.
Fingers crossed. Right then, well, on to that point, Bastiaan. We've got Arsenal on Saturday. Arsenal, Danny, I think it's correct that they haven't conceded for 8 games.
Yes, correct.
Right.
Yeah.
So that record's there to be broken. Bastiaan, how do you think we'll plan for Saturday? What do you think the plan will be? Similar lineup, but obviously it might work better to sit deeper against Arsenal because they will have more of the ball.
Yeah, the trouble is, I mean, they're the best performing side in the league. So I think we should be playing the way we played against Chelsea. I think that's the best way to play them. There's no other way, because if you're going to try and compete with them on a level playing field, you've got no chance. It'll be 3-0 down by half time. But if we set up the way we did against Chelsea and try to punish them on the counter attack, I think we've got a chance. And I don't know whether Gyökeres is still injured or not. I know he was injured for the Champions League, but that would make a hell of a difference, I think, because that is one of the reasons why Arsenal haven't won the league for so many years. It's because of that striker, because they've just been passing the ball around the sort of box. So if Gyökeres is not playing, I think that's going to make all the difference for us, because then we can punish them through the middle as well.
Yeah, I think Gyökeres and Martinelli I saw today, they're the doubts. So it looks like Mikel Merino. I mean, Mikel Merino's not even a forward. He's a midfield player. So if he's got like 3 central defenders against him, he's got no chance, hopefully. Danny boy, I mean, Bastiaan made a good point there about the way we played against Chelsea, because although we played 5 at the back, we did come out fast, didn't we? And we did press Chelsea high up and we shocked them. But we didn't do that against Everton. So do you think that's the way to go?
Well, when you talk about Arsenal, you need to be aware of a few things. First, they're not conceding many goals, only 3 in the Premier League. Second, the masters of the set pieces. What they can do is, when teams are like defending too deep, they pull the other one out of the sleeve and they do a set piece and they score. So Arsenal are also a very clever team this season. They dictate the tempo. They are sort of going forward for 10-15 minutes. They can press high up the pitch. Then they can sit back, allow you to attack them, and then use the empty spaces at the back. They can save energy during the game, and they know how. This is really, really interesting team, because I haven't seen this before. This team seems to be winning 1-0s and 2-0s and saving a lot of energy, and then using it the next time. Solid defense, fantastic new additions to the squad. And I think I want to see Sunderland competing against Arsenal in a clever way, sort of copy them, because we cannot outplay them, that's for sure. So therefore, I think we will again see 5 at the back. We'll probably have the same squad that started against Everton, I think. But I have to tell you something. I am not afraid of Gyökeres. We played him when he was at Coventry. I don't think he's that dangerous. I mean, I might eat my words if he's playing, he scores against us, but I'm not that worried about him.
No,
to be honest,
he's not against 3 defenders. Yeah.
I don't even think that he's that fast. Okay, he's a good player, fantastic player. He can give you a lovely pass. He'll be right at the front to score. But I think we can deal with him.
Well, we'll see what happens.
Yeah,
we'll see what happens.
As I said, what Arsenal can do is they change the tempo so precisely that you fall into the trap.
I think we've got to get the atmosphere rocking at the same like hostile, get on the backs, and we'll see how it goes. But anyway, gents, we are out of time, unfortunately. But Bastiaan, Dan, thanks for your time. And before I go, I just want to say, Chris Waters, Supporters Liaison Officer, has been nominated for the Football Supporters Association of the Year Award for support engagement. So vote for him. And how are the lads?
We already did. How are the lads?
Nice to see you again.